السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا، ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا، ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به، واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم، والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. Last week we started the Falaq, chapter Falaq, daybreak. And we emphasized on the importance of the first word, say, and then to take refuge, what it means. Do we need to take refuge with anything? And then we have to take refuge with the Lord. And we described for what reason we need to take refuge with the Lord. And very briefly, I think, I remember, as far as I remember, if I'm not mistaken, what do we mean by the Lord, taking refuge with the Lord? To a certain extent, we discussed what we should mean by the Lord according to the need for according to our needs. So we take refuge with a one which causes satisfaction for our need. For example, if I have a toothache, I need a dentist. And if I am hungry, I need food. So depending on what I need, so I have to find a solution for it. We discussed what we need to take refuge. What is that? We said to secure our existence, to secure our life as an extension of existence. So we have to take refuge with a one which satisfies this need. So dentists cannot satisfy my existence, to secure my existence. And we gave some examples of a king, an emperor cannot really guarantee or in the position to satisfy my existence and sustain my existence forever. We covered all this, and I remember, no, we didn't cover Lord of daybreak, because daybreak is a very loaded word, which means al-Falaq. Translating, I'm passing to daybreak. If you have further questions for the previous ones, which we discussed last week, go ahead, and questions, concerns, whatever, something you want to share, whatever. Otherwise, I will go to daybreak to discuss what daybreak is. Actually, translating al-Falaq as daybreak is limited within a certain understanding. It's not exactly correct, because Falaq does not necessarily mean daybreak. Falaq means really lifting something and opening it and demonstrating what is inside. So maybe traditionally people use it as daybreak, daybreak as Falaq, explain Falaq as daybreak because they use the word, primarily use the word to start, or to describe the start or define the starting day as the sun rises. That is not wrong, but we cannot limit it because the same word in the Quran used for purposes. Something breaks up, and as if you, for example, let's say there is a tea jar or water jar or coffee jar. When you look at the jar, you see nothing, but when you break it, oh, whatever inside is out. Whatever is a box. Break the box, whatever inside is out. So, falaq, the original word, falaq means breaking up. So that what is inside will show it. Otherwise, from outside, you see something else. For example, you see a or in hardware or earthware, a container, you don't know what it is if it is not transparent. When you break it, you become aware of what it is. So human beings, when you look at a human being, look at me and someone else, I see flesh and bones and blood, maybe complexes, but I don't know what is in it, so I have to falaq it. So what is in it? That not necessarily cutting my chest and seeing what is in it. Again, it is a flesh. Again, the flesh. It is not, we cannot find in it. Human beings, human. But when the human side discloses itself through the body, then you become aware of what is inside. And this is falaq. So in the Quran, a typical example to widen our understanding of falaq, فالق الحب والنوى, the one who breaks the seeds and eggs. We don't know what it is. Although people say there are DNA, okay, read the DNA and see if it is what it is. For example, say, oh, it's a human being. Okay, which kind of human being? Which kind of human being? Because through DNA, what you read, how the body is constructed, not human being is constructed in it. Human side is constructed in it. I'm not saying that deciphering the DNA is not an important thing. No, it is important. For example, you can analyze by cutting, breaking, cleaving the sets. Let's say a seed of an example, almond seed. You can cut it and see it, or sunflower seed. Yeah, you see something in it, which usually is made up of, I think, protein or fat, the kind of vegetable fat. I don't know the technical names. If you have never seen an almond tree, it's the first time you took the almond seed and went to the lab, opened it, you find the DNA structure there. You look at it. Can you guess which kind of tree it is going to be? Yeah. So you can dissect the human body even 1,000 times, every limb, every limb, every limb. Do you know which kind of person he or she is? No. So when God describes himself as the Falaq habbi whenever, cleaving the cleaver, the seed and the eggs, it means what is in it, whether material side of the tree or animal or human being, or it is spirit, discloses it. Because by definition, the Rabbul Falaq, the Rabb is the caretaker of the existence of the universe as far as we see. So he is the one who gave existence. He is taking care of the existence, and he should know what includes in it. Even he is the one who has given existence to daybreak, the sun, the moon, and the system, how they work, how they work. If he is the one who gave existence and taking care of the existence, and he must know what includes in it, every single details. But he is the one who is engineering everything. That's why if a person has any kind of worry in his mind, in his feelings, whatever you call it, heart, whatever, the naming is not important. Who can save this? The one who has originated the existence of that feeling, and also who has given what that feeling requires in order to be satisfied. That is, only he can take care of that need. Falaq hab. So what else do you think you can think of as daybreak or falaq means? So you see the cloud, for example. I'll give you more example. You see the cloud. You don't know what it is in it. So when they are cleaved or cleft, water drops. When you look at like this, everything is disclosing, it is inner nature, it's inner quality, but by whom? By what? By themselves? The cells include in their within themselves the structures by themselves, and disclosing them, making them come out by themselves. Or the other option is the one who created the external body and what is created, what is in it together. So our problems, our concerns are maybe physical appearance, some illnesses, physically you can see, you can feel something. But the feelings in it, who knows the feeling? Who knows the feeling? Can I give you another example? There's a book, and in the book, there's a paragraph. Let's say this paragraph is 10 lines, okay? Maybe let's make it even bigger, not a similar number as we are here. 1,000 people. Ask 1,000, make the 1,000 copy of the paragraph and distribute 1,000 copies to 1,000 people and ask them to read. They read. And then, okay, everybody understood something from this paragraph. Is it true? Okay. As if you are sisters, you cannot see separately. All right. You miss your sister. Okay. 1,000 people read the same paragraph. How many of them understood this exactly the same from the same paragraph? No, there is another brother and sister. Am I wrong? Yeah, yeah. He doubled the size. How did you manage then? How did you grow yourself? You didn't? No, I'm speaking to him.
I have no idea either.
What's going on? You don't have any idea about yourself?
That's why he's here.
No, excuse me. I think you can be a lawyer. So please, he's grown up. He can defend himself and answer himself. He can express himself. Yeah.
I play a lot of sports.
Sorry.
I play a lot of sports. I think that's, he plays a lot of sports.
Do you think you made by doing this and you grew yourself?
Yeah, basketball, you gotta stretch a lot.
How did you manage to grow your puzzles, your flesh? Do you have a lab in your house?
He works
A
out.
laboratory to work there?
No.
Then how did you make it then? So, for example, if you keep running, do you also add some cells to your body? But how do you grow that? By going to the gym.
No.
You should definitely have studied law and become an advocate. Come on. I would ask them, come here and sit somewhere there. She made you dependent on herself. Come on, be a free man. Come on, welcome. I remember you when you were very young, right? Is he the one who recited the 99 names? Was he?
His older brother.
No, but I do it too.
Thank you. You see, he declared his freedom. 4th of July is coming there, so you can declare your independence. Now, come back to our subject. And I really like you. I saw you in your house, maybe 6 months ago?
I think so.
Yeah, around 6 months ago. So 1,000 people read the same paragraph. Exactly 2 people understood the same thing from the same paragraph. Is it possible? 2? Possible? Exactly understood the same. You said no. You said yes. Anyone? No. Exactly the same, understand the same thing. What does it mean? Everybody is unique. Everybody's thought apparently maybe the same, similar, but what is inside is completely different. So who can respond to your feelings, to your needs, so that you can refuge with that one in order to satisfy your expectations? Either everyone should have a Lord, individual Lord, or there must be a Lord who created all the elements of this universe and knows every single being in this world, whatever is included in it. Because our problems are from inside. Alaykum salam.
Yeah, I have a question. So I guess when I read the first verse and I just look at the take refuge aspect of the verse, I look at it as I have a question as far as my existence is concerned, or a question about my existence.
Or existence of every element within yourself.
Yeah.
Who's going to secure it? So I may be ill, and I ask the one who knows what is going on in me that I want to be cured. I can take refuge with him.
Right.
I may have some concern about my life tomorrow. Again, the same one. Only the one who knows, who is able to respond to my needs and recover it, then I can take refuge with him.
Yes, I think that's the conclusion, right? But as far as the question that exists within my existence, which is who can secure my existence, right?
But my existence make it specific now, because we studied last week. So existence in general. But now, existence of every single thing, whatever you desire,
Right.
hope, wish.
So if that question and I reflect on where the origin of that question is, and I can confirm that I am not the origins of that question itself, right?
Mhm.
Is it necessary that I have to know that the answer must come from the same origins as the question for me to take refuge? Or can I just know that because the question is originating from this source, that source must have the answer?
Second, because if you don't know what I have in my pot, I will call it the outward material, biological side of human being is the pot. Inside is humanity filled. You don't know what is inside. Only you know it. No one else knows it. What is in you? Do we understand this uniqueness of human being in every creature as an extension? We have to understand that no one can ever know what is going on in me, only myself. Or if I'm aware. If I am not aware, I don't know either. But the one who originated whatever I have in my being must know it. So in the language of the Quran, we see now it makes sense now, because we don't quote the Quran. What we do, after understanding the content of the Quranic verses, we say, that is what this Quran meant. And it is understandable, confirmable. Yes? Without reason, we don't go to the Quran and quote the Quran. That's what Quran says, it must be so. No, that's imitation. So we understand that everything within me, every secret is known by no one else exactly. But by its originator, creator. We call it in a simple language. Now, the Quran says, I know what you are hiding within the depth of your heart. If something exists, definitely its creator must know it. Otherwise, it cannot happen by itself. Nothing can come into existence by itself. That's why we have to make the correlation between the need to seek refuge and with the one who can respond back to it. Who must. I mean, by definition, because he's the maker. Otherwise, he didn't know how that feeling could come into existence. It is in existence. I am combining last week's discussion today, making it specific related to breaking. We call it daybreak, but not daybreak, really. Let's say breaking inside, disclosing what is hidden within human being. So your only refuge can be the one, the originator of your every single feeling. Don't make a mistake saying that you can cure my feeling. Yeah, material side, biological side, physical side, they can cure your body, give or make a research, find out which kind of, in the order of the universe, which kind of things can be helpful for this. As a result of experience, you can study the body, how it works, order is established. It is another very, very big subject. What does it mean? Order is established, and what we are experiencing and learning here. So that seems to be a very complicated subject, very delicate, complicated subject. Well, it's not. Just make it very easy. We can understand that. So order is a set. But we think, we are talking, I keep repeating this. This is a very important concept that we should be aware. When you think of the order, usually we think of the order in terms of space, spatial order, solar system, whatever. Yeah, galaxy relationships. But we usually don't take notice of order within time as well. Because order within time, if something happened before our experience, but it is getting a bit serious now, the subject. Before our experience, after we experience something, we learn, it's already disclosed to us. But tomorrow, we don't know. What we do, we take it for granted that since it happened yesterday like this, it is a continuation of the same sort of order, hoping that it will happen tomorrow. As far as our experience is concerned, from our side, we don't know what will happen exactly tomorrow, exactly. But we are guessing depending on our previous experiences. Now we are going into a very serious subject, very complicated subject, but inshallah, we'll try to make it simple to understand and be comfortable about it. And most of the people who have negative feelings or understandings, attitudes, to me, bias against belief in the Creator because of certain social reasons for me, miss this point and make lots of fuss about it and complications, and not fuss, they mess up the subject. But inshallah, we'll try that it is very clear. We will come back to our falaq and our cleaving. Let's listen to you.
A question about Falaq. So,
Sorry?
you were talking about how it's to disclose. Something was hiding before, and now we pulled it out of hiding, and now we can see it.
Falaq, yeah.
But
That is Arabic. Falaq, English cleaving. Yeah. Opening up, simple.
the way we think, I'm just clarifying. The way we think spatially is like crack an egg open, that's spatially, and now we see what comes out of the egg. If we didn't know where the egg came from,
Yeah.
maybe a snake comes out, maybe a bird comes out.
First, for example, the first time in the rainforests, you find a seed. You have not experienced before, but the seed only, not the plant. Can anyone ever know what is in the seed, in the world? In the world, what kind of plant will grow?
And so the same applies to events also.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, the next minute, the minute afterwards.
Yeah.
It also opens like
So-
a seed, if we don't know.
Yeah, but the one who has given existence to that seed must know it by definition, because it is the, or he or it is the source of existence of the seed, what is in it. So we know that I will repeat it. If we can make the correlation between my need to take refuge and from or with what, it must correspond each other 100% perfectly, which is, we also discussed meanwhile that every being is unique. So who is the one who can respond to human needs exactly what they want and how they are going to be satisfied? The one who is the origin or creator, make it simple, creator of the whole cosmic order. That we jumped into this whole cosmic order, and very important subject here. Space and time. The universe is coming into existence from our experience perspective within space and time, not static space, but dynamic time, but it is dynamic in such a way that its dynamism is constant as far as I experience it. I find myself, when I become aware of what is going on around me, this is the universe I'm experiencing. And towards my end of life, until I die, that's what I am experiencing. Space within time, constantly, I don't know whether you call it constantly dynamic. And I witnessed that from birth to death. Now, be careful here. I mean, you will say, no, it is very easy. Why don't you? But go and speak to materialist people. They always miss this. Now the universe, space and time together, I am traveling in it, which is created by a one who knows, must know. You emphasized on it, must know everything in it individually. That's why He can be the source of existence of this. And within the universe, there is no such a being. Because every being is within this whole, if you like, whole cosmic order. But cosmic order, universal order, has space, orderly spaced, has time, orderly changing, not disorderly changing. Now the relationship between whatever you call them, maybe electron and neutron, or the sun and the orbits, or the planets around it, orderly arranged, but the relationship space-time is also orderly continuing, as far as I experience it. It means I find myself in a universe, I travel in it through my experience, time-wise. But how about the source of existence of this universe? Is he also traveling time-wise within universe? Does it make sense?
No, he becomes a variable of that.
Sorry?
If he is a variable of the time and space, and that breaks the equation, right?
What is the
She's saying he becomes the variable of that. So if
variable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he was traveling in time and space, then
Yeah.
the equation would
Then it's
So this is, it doesn't make sense that the originator of this order, which is taking place within time plus within space plus A, must be constant, knowing what will happen tomorrow, so the order will continue accordingly. But knowing what will happen tomorrow is my experience. Tomorrow is my word, not his word. For him, for it, let's make it general, be careful, for it, space and time must exist at once. For the originator, creator of the universe, at once. So we cannot say that, oh, do you know what you are going to create tomorrow? To the creator, let's have a hypothetical dialogue. Do you know what are you going to create tomorrow? What do you mean? You are within the part of existence. You don't know because you are traveling through your experience in time. I am giving you existence, which is continuing in time. But I know from your birth to death. I know from the beginning of the universe to the end of the universe at no time. We call it at once. By definition, because of the nature of the creation, human mind, for example, how the Quran, we can now go back to the Quran, how the Quran mentions about the end of this universe, which is called the doomsday. It didn't happen yet. Oh, it didn't happen yet to me in the part, in the package. But the one who gave existence to the package of the universe, it is already there. What does it mean? So I am going to do something, I will have something, I will desire something. According to me, I am going through time. According to the originator of the universe, it is already there, everything arranged according to your wishes. So, as far as it is concerned, time and space exists at once. As far as I am concerned, space, what I'm experiencing only at this moment, and I have not experienced tomorrow, and I don't know. For example, I am in a train. There are, let's say, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe 8 cars of train. How many cars are there in a train? 8, 6.
I think probably more.
That's so huge, man. So 8, let's say 8 cars. I think I never counted it. It didn't bother me. I am in the train. Look at it. I, let's say, got on the train from the first door of the first car of the train, right? As the train is going all together, I walk in it. Can you imagine? I'm walking in it. From the first car, go to the second, to the third, and to fourth, and eighth, and got out. Now, my experience before walking through the first car, do I know what is in the second car? Now, the originator, it's a human made, but think about it. Originator of the whole train with 8 cars at the same time. Does it know the first car and the 8th car at the same time? That is the main objections, that how am I going to do, and how you call it God, but I don't believe in him, and he will know what I'm going to choose tomorrow and arrange the order of the universe accordingly. Come on, everything is set, and he cannot change his mind. Look at the argument. So some also Muslim scholars said, very typical language, which is really abstracted from the language of the Quran. The pen has dried. Do you understand this? Pen has dried because according to the historical context, when the first addressees of the Quran, they used to use liquid to write something on something else. So when you write, and in the course of time, whatever you have written dries. If you write something with an ink, then if you touch on it, then you spoil what you have written. But it is how the symbolically explained, the pen has dried means everything is written and set. All right. Yeah, but it's a crucial point. So since everything is written, look, the argument. What bother that I should choose? Now, I was expecting this question to come. Was it related to it or something else?
My question was that can multiple realities exist for the future, and our actions determine which future will exist? Because if I work hard, I will get reward, but in the future, it can be written that I will not get reward. But my actions determine what I will get in the future. And multiple realities exist in parallel, and then creator.
So basically, can multiple realities exist which are dependent on choices we make today?
Now, we are going to cover that one. Now, that's why we have to take refuge with someone who knows me, who knows what I'm going to ask, who knows what he's going to, how the response will be according to my benefit. Because he is the creator. If you think the creator, for example, a writer of a book writes a book in order to burn it, and you make a table in order to break it, or expect a creator who creates human beings in order to harm him or her. Doesn't make sense. So for my benefit, best. Now, one step behind. If everything is a packet, is a pot now, as far as the creator is concerned, this is a logical conclusion now. Now, logical conclusion, as far as the creator, originator of this packet is concerned, he knows everything. Now, you and I, for example, know step by step. So I am experiencing multiple occasions, maybe innumerable occasions in my life servant. But as far as the creator is concerned, it is by definition experiencing multiple occasions or one occasion. That's why the universe is only one will. It is in the language of the Quran. I'm making the Quranic word familiar after it makes sense. One kun fayakun, be and it is. Universe is only one kun as far as the creator is concerned by definition. I am able to understand. As far as I am concerned, I don't know his will, which kind of universe he will, but he gave me freedom. He gave me free will to choose. So he must know what I am going to choose. Otherwise, before I have chosen, do you understand? Otherwise, he will keep following. He will adjust the order because order must be kept in time dimension as well. He will following, what Ali will choose, I'm going to choose, for example, to break the window. So he will create the broken window on the second step for me. For him, there is no second step. There should be no. So order must be kept. Do you think he is following every individual, what they are going to choose accordingly? He will make an adjustment of the order, or he already knows and creation is set accordingly. For example, I have a free will. I think you do as well. That's why you are here. Otherwise, if you don't use your free will, you will never happen to be here. That's our experience is concerned. We are experiencing innumerable kuns in the universe, in the path. Innumerable. This spot will be like this. This moment it will be like this. Next moment it will be like this within my experience, field of my experience, right? Be careful here. But for him, everything is one will. I want a universe happen with these in it. Finish. Now, he has given us free will. I have free will. Now I say, okay, if the pen is dried, it means everything is decided already. The packet is already ready. Yeah. My free will says, don't bother. Okay, it is my choice, isn't it? The creator knows it. This guy will choose, don't bother. Do you understand? Now, if I say, no, as far as my experience showed me, if I choose this way, it will happen this way because my experience, because I am experiencing innumerable kuns. I am choosing one of them. The one who already established the universe knows which one I am going to choose, and order has been established accordingly. I think I gave this example, I don't know, last week or previous week, I don't remember. So I'm going to plant a tree in a certain land. So next period of existence, which include a tree there, right? Because I'm going to plant. So the order will include a tree there. And if assume that the originator of the universe is waiting for me, it doesn't make at all sense, nonsense. But if it was waiting for me, I don't know where this guy is going to plant the seed. So I will create the tree there, waiting for me. Does it make sense? Or it is already known and the tree is created there? That is how the order within the dimension of time has been kept perfectly functioning. That's the only way we can make sense of the order of the universe. So if it is fine, we can come back to our Lord. So, sorry, need to take refuge and the Lord of breaking. Now, daybreak is a specific usage in the human language. Yeah. Oh, can you give me an example, which is a very general word, but used for a specific purpose in English? An example. Now, I have not thought about it. Which word is this? For example, in Arabic, Falaq is a very general, it means cleaving, but it is used only daybreak, for daybreak, to express daybreak. But it doesn't have to be. It's breaking the seeds and disclosing, demonstrating what is in it in the course of time is also expressed in the Quran as break. Is meant falaq. Yeah, falaq means the one who makes the cleaver. Any word in English? Who can think of it? It's a very general word, but used specifically for one thing, one phenomenon, to express one phenomenon.
Reveal.
Sorry?
Reveal.
If you use it for revelation, yes, revelation. If you make it with capital R, but it means capital letter signifies what? It is a concept. It is a specific term. So concept, revelation. It means in Arabic wahi. But if you use it with the minuscule R, it means revealing something. Anything can be now, right? For example, we receive revelations, which is called inspirations in the language of the Islamic literature, inspirations, ilham. So ilham, inspiration with small r. When you make it capital R, revealing the general message to all humanity. The difference is what? Universal. Capital R has universal message for everyone can benefit. With the minute R revelation, it is for me and no one else can know it, what is in me. Apart from me, if I want it, pay attention to it. Do you get it? So be careful that you and your Lord and the relationship between you and your Lord is your specific, unique to your experience only you know, no one else. Everybody reads the scripture, for example, everybody says this scripture, well, it's not a scripture, but there is Quran in it. So scripture, let's say Quran. So this Quran is only the Quran, eh? For you, it means written text. But everybody reads it. Billions of people read it. How many different kinds of understanding takes place? Let's say 1 billion people read the Quran. 1 billion, not minus one. 1 billion. So we have to be careful. Even you tell me what it means as we are studying now. For example, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. Every one of you, including myself, has unique understanding of قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. This creation is really making us go crazy. We cannot make it that simple thing. Well, this is what we are experiencing. It's not theoretical. It's very practical. Everybody experiences it and know that whatever you have in you, no one else knows it. It is unique to you. Your experience is unique to you. Your understanding is unique to you. What's going on? Everything, every animal, as far as the living creatures are concerned. So wonderful. So you can imagine which kind of Lord of the universe it is. That is God. When you say God, you have to, as the Quran says, your heart must shake, jump up and down with excitement. But we take it so loosely. Because we don't really mean, when I say God, the creator of the universe, like the builder or the architect of these buildings. Maybe dead now. But I have the building here. We are using it. Okay, good to have it. So simple. Our understanding of God is very superficial. So only the one who knows your heart inside the part of your own being, can be the one you can take refuge with. No one else. To secure your existence.
I'll go just a little bit back into the whole knowing part, right? You're saying, well, not you, but I guess, as I understand, the creator must know what is,
By definition.
must know what is even within me, right?
Yeah.
And if I, try to materialize this or practicalize this a little bit, I'm thinking all the emotions, all the reasoning, anything, every aspect of my humanity, the origins of that has a single creator. I'm skipping a lot of jumps here.
Yeah, but
coming from
we covered
right,
it.
yeah, coming from a single source. Therefore, before even I know what decision I will make,
Yeah.
It's easy understandable that the creator or the originator of those feelings and everything must know what decision I'm about to
By
make.
definition. Never forget this language.
By definition.
By definition. Every time. Get your tongue used to it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't say by definition, people pick it up and say that, oh, if God knows, why do we bother? Does God know that we are going to make a spacecraft? So if I don't work, how is he going to know? Well, it is only on me. This ego supporting, ego feeding interpretation comes from there.
Right.
If I work, I will do it. God, whatever God is, it happens. That's it. Taken for granted. That's taken for granted. So simplistic. Yeah.
And I might be getting to that point now, which is, while I'm free to choose according to me,
Okay, according to you.
right?
Absolute freedom. to change. You can exercise it.
Yeah, within the realm of what I am able
Yeah,
to choose.
but this realm, you are free. You are traveling in a train, so you are free to go from the first to the eighth car, not the ninth car. It's not there for
Yeah.
you to go there.
Agreed. So if the creator by definition must know what I'm about to choose,
Mhm.
right? And why, because all of those things are essentially given to me to make a decision, then it does beg the question, where is essentially freedom? Am I really free to make, like, yes, I am free to choose, but it is, if it's already known, what is the purpose of my freedom? That's my question.
That's the very difficult. Yes, of course. His knowledge is not known to you.
But knowing that what I know is known to
No,
him.
his knowledge
Mhm.
knows what you are going to choose even before you choose, because he has got the package, the pot already in it. Knowing, his knowing is not like you and I, how we know it. So we are knowing only after experiencing it. But he is the creator of our experience.
Yeah.
So we cannot liken our quality to the originator of the creator's qualities. But we have to use our qualities as an example, realizing that my experience of infinite number of kun, be, he's experiencing of one be, including everything. So my freedom is, I don't know what I'm going to choose tomorrow.
Right.
Until I choose it. But I cannot say that the creator of the universe is like me. So if you like, there is one kun as far as the creator is concerned. There are infinite number of kuns as far as you and I are concerned. So we have to be careful while we are speaking, discussing any matter with anyone, even believer or non-believer. If you use a language like this, even if I don't know what I am going to know, what I am going to decide, choose tomorrow, right? How the creator goes. What happened now? From my position within the pot and jumped into the position of the creator, who is the creator of the whole pot. Time and space together, or actually space and time together. Also, as soon as I say he or it, let's make it clear, God. How God will know what I am going to do. What did you say? God. What does God mean? The creator of the universe. You cannot use any language you developed as a result of what is going on within the universe, experiencing what is going on within the universe, and using the same word for the creator. You cannot describe that. You cannot say that. That's what we should understand. For example, I will go in a little bit controversial subject. Quran is in Arabic. Yeah. Do you think God speaks in Arabic? I'll joke. Let's have a break. Which language does God speak? Arabic? Hebrew? Aramaic?
The notion of a language is local
Sorry?
to us. The notion of a language is local to what we know. It's local to our existing, to the framework that we operate in.
No,
So
no, no.
if you go out there's not actually this notion of a language in the first place.
You have to speak either very slowly or I don't follow the very quick language. I cannot see the syllables because my hearing.
No worries, that would be.
So very slowly, or the translator
Are you saying
can.
we're subjected to language, but the creator is not?
Yeah. So whatever exists in the universe is equal for the creator, for the infinite. Every number is equal as far as the infinite is concerned. Yes? Does it make any difference? For example, infinite will say, infinite say that, oh, number 5 is easy to deal with, but one number trillion, I have to try hard. We cannot do that. Yeah. For all the languages, all the skin colors, all the cells of human body, all the atomic structure of the universe is equal before the infinite. So we cannot make a comparison between my language. We develop it according to our experience and the creator of the languages. So God speaks. Language means speaking God as the creator, coming here and jumping into our world experience and saying that, does he do as I am writing, as I am speaking? No, but when he speaks, when he speaks to me in the way I understand human language. Yeah, that is my learning of Arabic, learning or English or another language. My learning from my mother, from my environment. God is the source of existence of your mother, your environment, your ability to learn, and your language. He is the source of existence of all at the same time, by definition. Otherwise, we cannot explain the existence of the universe. No way to explain how universe is or has come into existence with its entirety from space and time perspective at the same time. Impossible to explain. Only when you say there must be a creator, a source, then hearts cool down. When you say God, leader, as the Quran says, now it makes sense. Say God, then leave them in their jargon or demagogies. Is it right? Demagogy? Is it English? Right? Yes or no? Demagogy. Do you? Sorry? Demagogue is the one who makes demagogue. No. So, anyone? I don't know. I don't know English, so I never trust my English. I just pick up some words and make up together.
We learn a lot of English from you.
No. So no. Okay. We understand that this universe is created in such a way that I am created accordingly so that I will communicate with the universe, and I have been given certain qualities to make sense of it, which is called consciousness. Through consciousness, I can make sense of the existence, and I am given ability to question the source, and I am given ability to find the answer to my questions, and I am given ability to have coolness in my heart, within myself alone. So, قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ, let me, a religious guy now. قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ ثُمَّ ذَرْهُمْ فِي خَوْضِهِمْ يَلْعَبُونَ. Say Allah, say God, and then leave them mess up within their own demagogy. If you understand, it's beautiful words. Leave them. They just make themselves confused, mess up their life. Try by, why they are reasoning? They are expert on jumping up and down, up. What do I mean by up and down? Why speaking in terms of infinite number of kuns goes back to one number, one kun, and makes judgment about one kun according to my experience of infinite number of tunes. So using I know after I experience, and says God knows after. Do you think God is the creator of the universe is like you, experiencing and learning through already existing space and time universe? Now, you gentlemen wanted to say something.
I have a question, but I see this as a whole that I don't understand. If God, the creator, sees
So
all
one kun, forget.
one kun, yes,
God, one kun.
can see all of
kun.
our kuns, right?
Yeah,
Can see
okay.
all of them
Okay,
and knows I want to plant a tree.
sorry.
Okay.
And so God, continue now.
Okay, so God can see all of the kuns that I'm experiencing.
It's already there.
Exactly.
As he, one kun,
Mhm.
universe from beginning to end.
But I can't see it. So,
Yeah, I'm experiencing in the train.
okay, good. So in the third car, I'm in the first car.
Yeah.
In the third car, I want to plant a tree,
Yeah,
right?
you choose.
Sort of. It's,
From among the order.
so
If there was no order, you cannot plant a tree there.
So my question is, the tree is already there or it's already not there?
So for you,
Exactly. For me, the tree is already there or already not. Yeah, for me, it's already there or already not there.
so
God knows if it's there or
by
not.
definition.
By definition, God knows by definition if the tree is there or not. No, God knows if the tree
God
is
knows
there.
what you are going to choose.
Exactly.
So
then where-
you are going to choose freely
Mhm.
because He has given you the free will to choose freely.
But if the tree is already there
What?
or already
far as-
not there, how did I choose?
Sorry?
If the decision was already
No,
made,
no, you don't know.
I don't know.
So that
But
is
God
why your
knows.
freedom is absolutely free. You are given an absolute freedom within the certain, but
Mhm.
absolute freedom. So your freedom, according to your freedom, you are given life. According to the result of your freedom, the universe's order has already established, but according to your free will. So what is
Exactly.
here the mistake? There was a voice. Wait,
It's
wait.
not about.
No, wait. I know the question where it's going, I'm guessing. I will let you know, but let me say this. And then you ask the question. So while I'm busy with this, I forgot it. Now, let me wrap up everything. Okay? Where we are. The point was, I missed the point. Where was it? Now, freedom is.
Where's the freedom in our free will?
Where's the freedom?
Now, I see.
The choice is
Now,
always-
problem is there. We claim that definitely God knows everything, right? God is the superpower. Yeah. how can I say that the creator of the universe and creator of my will can give me absolute freedom and let me decide freely so that he will know accordingly. Do you understand this? He will know accordingly, according to my free will. But he is not. When you say he is not subject to time and space. His knowledge is absolute. My knowledge is through experiencing whatever I know, I develop. It improves. But his knowledge is absolute. So his absolute knowledge follows my free choice. So that is why we understand that putting the human free will in front of, before God's absolute will, we say, no, we cannot be in front of God. But it is his choice.
Doing the opposite. I'm putting God's will first. I'm saying so there's the order in space,
Yeah.
and there's the order in time. In the order of time, the decision is already made.
Yeah, according to, decision is already made according to my free will. How am I going to experience it, practice it?
According to one Kun, the entire everything,
No, but
it happened a specific way, one way.
so no, for him, my free will or free will of a butterfly, where the butterfly is go and fly and go and land on a flower and get a pollen there and load it under its leg and then move. Now it is will now. It is free there. No one can say that butterfly is like an how do you say, drone, follow, controlled from here. No, not like that. Free will. It has a free will, certain free will. And ants have certain free will. Other animals have certain free will. I have certain free will. And this free will, after being created, I am experiencing it in time. His knowledge is absolute. So his knowing does not make me use my absolute free will according to his knowledge. His knowledge knows it according to my choice. You understand the opposite? Do you understand this? No, because it's very, very difficult.
It's very
How
abstract.
can I have free will and everything is already
Quiet.
absolute?
Okay?
That's the confusion.
Sorry?
How can I have free will? Everything is absolute.
No, absolute is, you are not absolute.
No,
Hey,
I'm
no,
not
not personal. You are not absolute. Sorry? You are not absolute.
I'm not absolute.
Yeah.
God is absolute.
So you don't know how absolute knows it, but you understand that it must be known because you are seeing the order of the universe in time dimension, and it is already arranged according to my choice. So by definition, he must know what I am going to choose freely. So his knowledge is subject to my free choice. No, that's it. That's the problem. As soon as as soon as this language is used, everybody says, no, his knowledge is subject to my free choice. Yes, he is the one who has given me the free will to choose freely. Because how can I have the free will to choose freely?
But if he gave it to me and didn't tell me that he
Sorry?
gave it to me, I probably would believe that more. Like
Sorry.
For me to have that free will.
Step by step.
Even I kind of missed that.
So slowly,
I'll go
speak
slower.
slowly. Be patient, slowly. Yeah.
Isn't it part of the definition of that free will in itself that I should believe that I have it?
You know what I should believe?
Or I should think that I have a free will?
Not believe
Or-
in the sense that American or English sense. No,
It's okay, yeah, we don't need to go that way.
no. Are you conscious of it or not? Do you have free choice?
Not when I know that it was already decided for me.
No, you are doing now. You wanted to ask a question. Did somebody force you?
But 5 seconds before she asked the question, she was already asking the question 5 seconds later.
So look, later on.
Am I like?
No, he's experiencing it. No. She's experiencing it. Her free will. So my free will is here. Let me say that I will come to put this one. Okay? But I am choosing only within a certain field, but my choice is not forced by anything else. I have been given a free will by my creator. I am not the creator of my free will. That's why in Islamic literature, the scholars developed a very concise language. Knowledge is how do you say it in English? Knowledge is subject to for example, subject to what is known. Here is a pair of glasses. So I am aware of the existence of the pair of glasses after I see the pair of glasses. If there was, I wouldn't have this knowledge here. So absolute knowledge gave me, very simple, gave me, through my experience, I understand, absolute knowledge gave me a free will to choose freely. I am choosing freely. But absolute knowledge, being not bound to space and time, he is the creator of the space and time. He's knowing what I am going to choose according to what I am going to choose. Goes as if, how can I be in front of God? That is God, creator's choice to give me free choice. I didn't force him to give me free choice. I found myself with the free choice. So when I use this language, God's knowledge is subject to my choice. And then his absolute knowledge executes it accordingly. But how God's knowledge is subject to my free will says, oh, God is so sacred. I cannot be in front of him so that he will follow my choice and establish the universe accordingly.
So the future is not
Sorry, future is not
decided.
Decided yet.
For you, yes. For him, absolute, you cannot say not yet or already. Absolute. So we are not able to comprehend the nature of absolute. We are able to comprehend the necessity of the existence of the absolute. Look, necessity of write the sentence if you are going to write any, take notes. Look, that is a very important, if you like, sentence. We are not given, through our experience, we are not given the ability to know the essence of absolute. Yes, to know the essence of absolute. But we are given the existence. We are given the ability. We are given the ability to know that such an absolute being must exist. So we confuse that. Now, knowing the absolute existence or necessary existence of the absolute being is different from knowing the content of the absolute. This confusion also is very common. Not knowing the content, the essence of absolute is not an obstacle for me not to know that such an infinite being, absolute being, must exist. Look, I said must exist. Must exist means logical conclusion. I am given the ability to acknowledge that such an absolute being must exist. That is how I am made. The one who made me with this capacity. So I am responsible to say I've seen it, to say, to admit, to confirm such an absolute being must exist. That is called in the language of the Quran, what? In the language of the Quran, this event called, this thing we are talking now is called, such an absolute being must exist. It is called, sorry? No, must exist. It's a conclusion, isn't it?
Idea was like, since you
A
have
logical
choice,
conclusion.
Therefore, you're conscious of all the choices you make. Therefore, you're accountable. Therefore, you will be questioned.
No. The accountability, forget about that.
I
Now,
just wanted to go back 5 seconds.
no. Sorry, don't confuse.
No.
No, be careful. No. Be careful. Let's establish this. Without establishing the foundations, you cannot make the building. So foundations are important. That's why be careful. What do you call, what do you think the Quran, in the language of the Quran, this event is called? Colon. I am given the ability to acknowledge, to become aware of the necessity of as absolute being must exist.
Shahada.
Sorry?
You're testifying that exists, so it's shahada or something?
In the language of the Quran. Sorry? Yeah, correct. But sorry. Say it again.
Iman.
Sorry?
Iman.
Iman, did you say? It means in English?
Belief.
Yeah. That is belief. Belief is not assumption. Belief is confirmation of your logical conclusion. If there was no logical conclusion, there would be no, sorry, belief. Without logical conclusion, you cannot talk about belief. Your belief is hard business of this kind of old trash. Be careful. You have to have a logical conclusion. Your feelings must be satisfied with it. Without logical conclusion, you cannot have feeling about the necessity of the absolute being necessarily exists. So which kind of feeling you have from where? But after being logically convinced, then you can, does it make really sense? And am I comfortable with this conclusion? I belong to a one who must be absolute. How do you feel about it? Can you communicate with this one? Can you ask anything you want, communicate with him, and expect him to answer your expectations capacity-wise? Or you can go and ask your boss to satisfy your expectations. Which one? You have the expectation, you have the need. Who is going to satisfy it, execute it? Who can do that? Who can do that? Your feelings will say. So I have seen, and some atheist people say, the people believe in God. I wish it was correct, but feelings speaking, but mind is not satisfied. But I don't think so. Mind says, I don't think so. Feeling says, if I had a creator who knows everything within my heart, and I can communicate with him, he can respond back. Wonderful, but responding back, it means according to my expectations, not according to my best result. For example, if I feel that I am ill, what I want immediately? To be cured. Is it the best result to be cured? Or to be ill and realize that, look, I cannot control my body. I cannot guarantee my future tomorrow. Who am I? I say this is my body, but I have no control. We demonstrated with your brother. What was his name? Your brother's name?
Taha.
Talha. Talha.
Taha.
Taha. No. Taha said he did some gym, or he did some practices, workout, and that's why he grew himself. Did you make it? No. How do you say I grew? Language. Without realizing, we use it. I understand. I'm not blaming anyone. All of us do the same thing, including myself. Look, I cannot control myself, but I need something best for me. But if you ask me, I should never get ill. I should never get poor. I should never be dependent on anybody else. I should be the richest man on the world. I should be. And then I will become a pharaoh, declaring my independence and thinking that I am the creator of myself and the creator of the people in the world. Do you understand? Which is better? To be ill or to be a pharaoh? Which one is better for you? Sorry?
To be ill.
Ill?
Ill.
Ill. For your betterment. Your creator responds back to you. You say, please, God, I have a heavy headache. Get it from me. God says, you didn't utilize the opportunity yet. You didn't realize what is best for you yet. So you try, please, God, look, if you want to know me, communicate with me, you should realize that you are totally dependent on my creation. Have you decided yet? Have you become aware of it? No. I just want to get rid of this headache. For what? What are you living in this world? What is the purpose of life? To be healthy and die healthy and pass away healthy? Are you crazy? There's a purpose. There's a training place here. So you have to utilize it. You don't know. When I'm hungry, I want the food and to eat. That's it. That's what my concern is. So short-sighted people we are. But our Creator is farsighted and always chooses what is best for us. If you use it, if you say, oh, it's good, it's really realizing what the purpose of existence on earth. That's very good for this guy. That is the way he is fulfilling the purpose of his existence here. The way I created the purpose of my creation to get to know me, he's getting better for me. He is getting better. He's getting, better knowledge of me. That is the fulfillment of the purpose of existence. Now, sister, you wanted to ask me something, go or whatever, say something.
So you said that we came to know that the absolute God. How does that knowledge benefit us?
That knowledge,
That God has absolute knowledge of the future.
I see. If your creator, by definition, you call it God, who's God? Your creator or not? Your creator. Say, my creator.
Yeah.
I don't care who created this universe. I care who created me. So because that's my concern, then I will die alone. So I will be for myself. So I have to solve my problem, then I can solve your problem, help you too. But if I didn't choose. So that's my problem. He is the creator. When I say creator, creator is the universe, but particularly my creator. I am unique. Now, knowing up his knowledge must be absolute. I belong to a one whose knowledge is absolute. So I have a headache now, example. He knows. And I am in need of the cure, he knows it. I ask, he knows that I ask. Because the ability to ask is given to me by him, by definition. He knows it. So you still have the headache. He knows the best for me. So you can say, oh, I need this headache for what? Start thinking rather than, God doesn't hear me. God didn't respond to my question, to my request. No. Communicate with your creator. He is the absolute, who has absolute knowledge. If you are aware of it, you will know what's going on in you never get annoyed, you never get angry, you never get irritated. Be careful, you never get depression. This is the disease of the 21st century. You never get depression.
So it is kind of like the Moses story that
What more?
Moses
there is
story.
a hole in the
Modest story?
Moses.
Modest. What is this to the modest?
prophet
Moses.
Moses.
Sorry?
Moses, like Musa.
Musa.
Moses. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Yeah.
The prophet Musa, he was like going.
Sorry,
to
prophet,
some
did you say?
person in the Quran.
Excuse me, just a minute. You are using lots of language. Prophet? What is prophet? How do you know?
How do I know Moses is the prophet
Yeah.
in the Quran?
How do you know Quran is telling the truth?
How do I know?
Yeah, the Quran is telling the truth.
Quran is?
Quran is telling the truth. How do you know this text is correct? Have you ever thought about it?
So
How do you use the reference from something you have never thought about?
I thought about there was a line in the Quran that says
Don't go into miracles or something. Excuse me, sister. Look, you cannot quote from a source and justify your understanding. You have to confirm the source. Method is important. So we are trying, look, we also I personally has given some examples from the Quran. After what? Establishing that this notion is correct, I can confirm it, then go to the Quran. Look, Quran uses this.
So sorry to bother you. I'm from Kindle Events and Operations. The building is closed at 8 p.m. You have to head out, please.
Thank you
So
very
sorry.
much. We are out of time. Thank you.
I'm
Sorry.
about that, okay?
No, we are sorry, not you.
Okay.
We are sorry. Thank you. You understand, we cannot quote to justify our understanding. Our understanding must be clear first, and then, I confirm that the Creator must be absolute. So Quran says God is absolute. Oh, I confirm this statement. Before the confirmation process, I cannot refer to the Quran. So this class is not like the other usual classes that we are accustomed with. They use the Quran in order to confirm something. We make the confirmation in order to justify the Quran. Just the opposite method is employed here. That's why we have been trying. Otherwise, I could have quoted several verses from the Quran, say, Quran says so, you have to believe. If you don't believe, you are an unbeliever. Kafir, go to hell, none of my business. That is not the solution. We are trying to do just the opposite method. That's why it is hard. It is not easy. The task in this class is very hard. We have to work hard. Now, if you hear from other classes, you have to follow the Quran. What we said today, you have to confirm logically in order to make your belief satisfied. That's the opposite. If you are not logically convinced, you cannot claim belief at all. So, logic comes first. Freedom comes before logic. Freedom, logical conviction. And then senses must confirm it. And then you say, this is my conclusion. This conclusion is called in the language of the Quran, belief. Right? That's what we are following, this pattern. It is not, I say this, it is not a religious class to quote from the Quran and justify my understanding. No, I cannot use the Quran in order to justify me. I have to use my evidence in order to confirm the Quran. That is methodologically just 180% diametrically opposite of what you hear. So we have to train here. That's a different class. If you are not interested in, but if you are interested in this confirmation of belief, not using the pre-existing belief. You understand? So we don't use pre-existing belief. Thank you very much. Inshallah, Falaq has not finished. Right? We have to, somebody must remind me what Falaq is traditionally used as daybreak. Why? Representing what we will study that day. Do you think we are wasting time? Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. Innaka antal alimul hakim, wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. See you inshallah next, for those people who are available Saturday and next Wednesday.